Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This Styles here. Let's dive straight into this tutorial. First things first, I'm going to be applying glow oil on her body just to give it that glow and shine. Next, I'm going to be cleansing her face using my micellar water from Blossom Makeup and my wipes. Next, I'm hydrating her face using the D'Alba setting spray. And for each of my prep step, I'm just going to be drying it up with my fan. Next, I'm going to be using the Glow Recipe to further hydrate her face with the serum, especially under the eyes. Next, I'm going to be moisturizing her face using the Embryolisse moisturizer. I'm going to be taking a generous amount and I'm going to be applying that all over her face, especially under the eyes. Next, I'm using my primer. I'm using a grip primer from the Mismetic Aqua Grip Primer, and I'm just going to be putting that everywhere on the face except for the under eyes. Next, I'm using my Sylvie MAC Smoothing Primer, and I'm just going to be using that all over her face again except for the under eyes. Now, to lock all that prep step in, I'm going to be using my Morphe spray. Next, after that is dried, I'm going to be applying my Becca Mattifying Primer on the oily part of her face, which is her nose, her brow region. And I'm going to be hydrating her lips using the Victoria's Secret lip gloss. For foundation, I'm mixing my Total Coverage V Beauty foundation with Sylvie MAC and L'Oreal just to give her skin tone foundation. But along the line, while I was blending, I felt that number one, the foundation had like a very yellow presence, and I didn't really like that, and I felt like it was slightly lighter than her as well. So I went over with a dark shade. After I was done blending out the first shade, I just put the dark shade over her face and then I blended it out, and I think that kind of like balanced out the yellow vibe it was giving and the brightness as well. Next, I'm going to be applying my blush from Omari Code, and I'm just going to be applying this on the apples of her cheek. For concealing, I'm going to be using my V Beauty Magic Cover Pot concealer, and I'm just going to be putting this on the places I want to highlight, basically her under eye, her forehead, her nose, her chin, and then I'm just going to be blending that out with my damp beauty blender. I'm going in with my Juvia's Place concealer to further brighten her under eye. So I just blend that out a little, not completely, and I go in with my contour stick from Omari Code and I contour her nose. I'm trying to create like a white shape just to give her nose that snatched effect. And then I'm also going to be contouring her cheeks using the same Omari Code contour stick. Alright, and then I go back in with my beauty blender and blend out the remaining concealer under her eyes, and then I put my setting powder almost immediately after I'm done blending out the concealer. I just set all the areas where I highlighted. I set using my Huda Beauty setting powder. Now I'm just going to be applying powder all over her face, and then for contour I'm going to be using my V Beauty powder palette, and I'm just taking that shade to contour her cheeks and now contouring her nose. Next, I'm going to apply blush on the apples of her cheek using this Annie's Beauty Cheek Orgasm palette. Next, I'm going to be setting her entire face using my Morphe setting spray and then using my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray to lock everything in. I'm going to be just baking under her eyes in case of eyeshadow fallout. I'm using my eyeshadow base from Bicham Cosmetics. I'm applying this all over her lid. Then I'm taking that dark shade from the V Beauty powder palette to just apply on her crease areas. And now I'm taking this Happy Bride eyeshadow palette from the Annie's Beauty, and I'm applying this nude shade on her eyelid and went in with very little of the black shade to just darken the ends of the eyes. And now I'm lining the under eye and smudging it out with a tiny brush. I'm adding a bit of glitters to the under eye as well, just to make the eyes pop. Now I'm connecting that smoked out effect that we did earlier when I was smudging the under eye to the beginning of her eyes, just to, you know, give it this winged out, smoked winged out liner kind of look. Now I'm dusting off the excess powder we initially put there to catch out eyeshadow fallout, and I'm lining the top of her eyes. I did her eyebrow off camera. I have a detailed tutorial, kindly check. I have a very detailed brow tutorial, an updated brow tutorial, kindly check my page for that. Now to further brighten her eyes, I went in with the Makeup Forever, and then now I'm just going to be locking the face with my Morphe spray. And then to further add more moisture, because I feel like I need the face to be more hydrated, I went in with my D'Alba spray, and I'm using this Mesmetic cheek lace to further give this look a kind of dewy effect. Now I'm going in with my mascara for under the eyes, and I'm going in with my lip stain. I use Beyond Beauty lip stain, the brown one, to line the lip first.
We haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create.
After I was done lining, I blended out whatever harsh line that would have caused. Then I went in with my Supro lip stain to the middle of the lips, further brighten it up, and I blended that into the brown shade as well. I went in to brighten up the eyeshadow, and then now I'm glossing the lips first with a pink lip gloss and then with a clear gloss. And for the finishing spray, I'm using my Julas setting spray to further lock in the look. And this is the final look, guys. I later ended up switching the look to a red lip. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Shout out to my girl Divas by Lucci for this flawless hair installation. Bye guys, see you in my next video.